What you mean you don't vote? After all folk done been through? Oh, so you don't know? The protests, the sit-ins, the long mile marches, the beatings, the hangings, the jailings, the murders, the secret meetings. Yeah, I know our system's broke, but how we gonna fix it if you don't vote? We so focused on where we're not enough of us even notice how far we've got. The audacity of you to fix your mouth and say, oh, I don't vote, then dare complain. Like, what you mean you don't vote?
In 2018, Florida voters passed Amendment 4, restoring the right to vote to over 1.4 million ex-felons. And ever since, the race to register those returning citizens has been in full gear.
I volunteered with the Big Bend Voting Rights Project, and every other weekend we go door to door in our community. You know, our mission was basically to try to register as many ex-felons as possible. Amendment 4 really has encouraged me and empowered me to believe that there's hope that things will change for us.
It's a very delicate process, you know, when somebody answers the door and they say, oh yeah, I'm already registered or something, to just kind of parse through that and gently say, can I get in your business? A lot of times someone who's a returning citizen, you know, former felon, won't just cut out and say that. Just kind of peel through the layers to try to get to the people who are qualified and eligible to vote and don't know it. You planning on voting?
I already voted.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh, I'm Jehovah's Witness.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So thank y'all. Have a good day.
Okay. Some people aren't too open to the idea of someone knocking on their door and asking them if they want to vote, but that's okay. Just roll the punches sometimes. Is that what's your name?
I've run into probably one out of every 3 or 4 persons who's an ex-felon, not registered, isn't interested, says I don't want to register. And they have the usual excuses. No, my vote doesn't count, everybody's corrupt, it's too much trouble, etc. And I don't take no for an answer.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Joseph. I'm a mother, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm an ex-felon. Living with a felony is the worst experience ever. I mean, it's minimum security. It's like prison's minimum security, but we're out here in the streets. Getting a job is a challenge. Finding a reasonable place to live. I mean, honestly, just paying rent every month is a milestone. I was in jail for 2 days, and I deal with the same challenges as those who went to prison for 10 years. Before this happened, I got my business administration degree from Florida A&M University. But having a criminal record just really propelled me to start RJ & Associates, which we build businesses in low-income neighborhoods. I didn't realize how many people were first unaware that Amendment 4 passed, and 2, just really were convinced that their voices didn't matter, their vote wasn't gonna help. And we would tell them, like, well, if you voted, you could say that yes, you want to see minimum wage increase to $15 an hour, and that was more personalized for them. And we would see those people that we registered, and they would get their card, and they're like, oh, I got my card. And you start seeing people who at first were discouraged now become excited about voting.
But the victory was short-lived when in 2019, Florida Senate Bill 7066 was signed by Governor Ron DeSantis, restricting felons from registering unless all fines and fees associated with their sentence was paid in full, a move many consider a modern-day poll tax. Activists challenged the bill with lawsuits that went all the way up to the Supreme Court, but the law was upheld just months before the 2020 presidential election. Now advocates like LeBron James and New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg are pitching in millions to help out, and people from across the state are saying nothing will stop them from seeing Amendment 4 through.
Honestly, for any charge, misdemeanor, doesn't matter. You have to pay court fines and fees. But some people don't have the money to pay it. You can't really deny someone the right to vote just because they're poor. As long as you've completed your sentence, you're gonna vote. If I have anything to do with it.
Because there's no list of ex-felons, we decided to pick neighborhoods where there is a big difference between registered voters and voting age adults in the census data. I'm Bob Ratcliffe. I'm one of the founders of the Big Bend Voting Rights Project. The best one was on the first day of registration at the supervisor's office. And a 92-year-old black man came in, his wife drove him, and registered for the very first time. He was an ex-felon, 92 years old, and he was just beaming the whole time. And that just made it all worthwhile. I was remembering him as what Amendment 4 was all about.
Yeah, I'm super excited. We're about to go vote. I think this is just an opportunity for everyone who is voting with criminal records to really make a statement that we've all been wanting to say for a long time, which is our voice counts.
It's done. I did it. Listen, I want to thank everybody, all 5 million plus of you that voted yes on Amendment 4 and all the organizations that came together to make sure Amendment 4 passed. You gave me a seat at the table and I put glue on my pants.
According to the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, a little over 67,000 felons have registered and could be voting on Election Day.